What if I told you that the way you sleep tonight could be, well, secretly aging your body? I know, it sounds a little dramatic, but we're talking about it stealing years from your heart, your brain, even your independence. The thing is, your sleep position can either be this incredible healing tool, or it can slowly break your body down. So let's get into it and explore how just lying down tonight can actually shape your health for years and years to come.
So let's just cut to the chase and ask the big question. Could your favorite go-to-sleep posture, the one that feels so good, actually be doing more harm than good? Well, new research, especially for seniors, is suggesting that the answer is a big, resounding yes. You know, we hear all the time about getting enough sleep, but scientists are now saying that how you're sleeping is literally just as important as how long you're sleeping. Okay. And here's the number that should really make everyone sit up and pay attention. Get this. According to the National Institute on Aging, some of the most common sleeping positions can increase your risk of stroke, memory loss, and chronic pain by more than 60%. 60! And you know what the most shocking part is? Most seniors are sleeping in these exact positions every single night, and they have no idea.
All right, so let's dive right in. We're going to break down the 4 absolute worst sleeping positions. And the tricky part is, these are the ones that a lot of us find super comfortable, but they might be causing some serious unintended harm.
First up is a classic, sleeping on your stomach. I mean, it can feel so comforting, right? Like you're just shutting out the world. For a man named Mr. Harold, a 72-year-old retired carpenter, it was the only way he could get to sleep. He said it felt like his back could finally relax. But that feeling of comfort? Yeah, it was hiding a really serious problem.
So here's what's really fascinating, or maybe a little scary. It's this whole domino effect. The American Chiropractic Association points out that when you sleep on your stomach, your neck is cranked to one side for hours. I mean, just think about that. It can pinch nerves and even cut off blood flow. In fact, a geriatric sleep specialist, Dr. Emily Rhodes, calls it the most aging position for the spine. Why? Because it also puts a ton of strain on your lower back and forces you into this shallow breathing pattern, which basically starves your brain and heart of the oxygen they desperately need.
Okay, next up, we've got the fetal curl. Oh, we all know this one. For Mrs. Eleanor, a 68-year-old grandmother, this position felt so familiar and safe. You know, like she was cradling herself. It's a really instinctual position for so many of us, but the problem is, as we get older, it can actually become a bit of a trap.
So the key word here is restriction. Think about it. The National Sleep Foundation explains that when you're all curled up in a tight ball, you're literally compressing your diaphragm. That limits how much oxygen you can take in, and that can lead to fatigue, even heart strain. And over time, it forces your spine into this unnatural C shape, which can lead to that stooped posture we sometimes see. I love how Dr. Leonard Hayes puts it. He warns it's like spending the night teaching your body to shrink. Wow.
All right, this next one is probably going to surprise you. For decades, right, we were all told that sleeping flat on your back, they call it the soldier position, was the ideal way to sleep. But it turns out for many older adults, it can actually be pretty dangerous. Take Mr. Robert, a 74-year-old veteran. He slept this way his entire life, only to get diagnosed with severe obstructive sleep apnea. It turns out his own sleeping position was cutting off his airway up to 30 times an hour. 30 times!
And his story perfectly illustrates why. See, when you lie flat without any support, gravity just takes over. It can cause your tongue and all the soft tissues in your throat to just collapse back into your airway. And boom, that's sleep apnea. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine is the one that links this directly to that shocking 60% increased risk of stroke and heart attack we talked about. And on top of that, it makes acid reflux way worse, because there's nothing keeping that stomach acid down.
And finally, we have to talk about the recliner. I get it. For a lot of seniors dealing with back pain or reflux, sleeping in a recliner feels like the only option. But listen to this story about Mrs. Dorothy, a 79-year-old widow. For her, it led to swollen legs and just fading energy. Her quote is so powerful, it really says it all. "I thought I was resting, but I was slowly shutting down." And here's why. A geriatric specialist, Dr. Michael Turner, explains that this semi-sitting position actually restricts your blood flow. That's what causes the fluid retention, the swollen legs, and it can even increase the risk of dangerous blood clots. Plus, it weakens your core muscles, and maybe most importantly, it prevents you from ever getting into those deep, restorative stages of sleep that your body desperately needs to heal itself.
Okay, so I know what you might be thinking. We've just gone through all the problems, and it probably feels like every single comfortable position is a bad one. But hang on, don't worry, there's absolutely hope. The solution here isn't about forcing yourself into some weird, uncomfortable position. It's all about making small, simple, supportive adjustments.
So now, let's flip the script and talk about the solutions. We're going to explore 4 positions that don't just avoid doing harm, they can actually help your body heal and restore itself while you sleep. Pretty cool, right?
Let's start with a super simple but incredibly powerful fix. Meet Mr. Allen, a retired firefighter who was just plagued by chronic back pain. His physical therapist suggested one tiny change: sleep on his side but put a pillow between his knees. And the result? His pain was cut by almost half in just 2 weeks, just from a pillow.
This little trick is what doctors sometimes call the alignment saver, and it makes so much sense. According to the Cleveland Clinic, sleeping on your left side, specifically, is great for promoting blood flow and cutting down on acid reflux. But that pillow, that's the real hero here. It's the key because it keeps your pelvis balanced, and that takes all that pressure off your spine and your hips. It's such a simple change, but it just supports the natural curves of your body.
But what if you're a die-hard back sleeper? Is there hope for you? Absolutely. The key word is elevation. Take Mrs. Linda, a retired teacher who was struggling with just awful heartburn and shortness of breath. Her doctor suggested 2 things: elevate her upper body with some pillows and pop another pillow under her knees. For her, the change was totally life-altering. She could finally breathe easily and sleep all the way through the night.
And the science behind this is so simple, but it's so effective. It's just physics, really. Elevating your head lets gravity do the work, keeping stomach acid down and your airways open. That's a huge help for reducing snoring and sleep apnea. At the same time, that pillow under your knees takes all the pressure off your lower back, so those muscles can finally relax. See? It's not about sleeping longer, it's about sleeping smarter.
Okay, now for anyone dealing with shoulder and neck pain, here's a position that's often overlooked. A retired nurse named Miss Linda found amazing relief from her constant aches just by trying something her chiropractor suggested. And her quote, it just says everything. "For the first time in years, I woke up without feeling my age."
And that magical position is the starfish. It's simple. You lie on your back with your arms gently spread out, kind of like a starfish. This allows your shoulders to just open up and release all that built-up tension. Even Harvard Medical School notes that this posture improves blood flow to your upper spine, it can reduce tension headaches, and it just lets you breathe in this calm, unconstricted way. It's basically like hitting a reset button for your entire upper body.
So, after all that, you might be wondering, what's the ultimate position? The one that combines the best of all worlds? Well, a lot of geriatric specialists are now pointing to what they call the 45-degree side recline. Think about Mr. Walter, a former truck driver who had tried literally everything for his back pain and acid reflux. This one gentle adjustment was the only thing that finally worked, leading to pain-free mornings and way deeper sleep.
And you can see here exactly why it's so effective. This position basically cherry-picks the best parts of the other solutions. It gives you great spinal alignment, just like supported side sleeping. It keeps your airways open and fights acid reflux, just like the elevated position. And it lets you have this totally relaxed, unconstricted rest. It supports the heart, it soothes the spine, it even improves something called lymphatic drainage, which is super important for your brain health. It's the whole package. So as we start to wrap this up, if there's one thing to take away, it's this. Sleep isn't passive. It's not just checking out for 8 hours. It is an active, vital process of renewal and recovery. And the best part is, you have the power to make it work for you, not against you. And this quote really says it all, doesn't it? Your body is listening, even when you're asleep. When you give it the support it needs, with the right alignment, a little elevation, some balance, it can actually do its job and repair itself. We're talking about something as simple as a pillow under your knees or just shifting over to your left side. These tiny changes can lead to a much more vibrant life.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. What is the one small adjustment you're going to try tonight? Just one thing. Because honestly, your best, most vibrant years could absolutely begin with tomorrow's sunrise. Sleep well.